we OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro? Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nukies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. Started Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We are live for another Ordinal hour, and this one's going to be amazing, guys, because it's another Tap Tuesday. The Tap team is in Amsterdam right now, so most of them are not reachable, but we do have some of the usual suspects, so it should be amazing still. We are giving away 5 VIP BitPerp passes today. All you have to do is just put BitPerp in the chat. Just type in BITPERP in the chat, and I'm going to add you guys to the wheel. And after Tap Tuesday, we will spin the wheel, and we will pick 5 winners. Guys, you're going to want this pass. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this pass. They're giving away huge prizes at BitPerp just for, paper trading, right? So $2,500 in prizes. Plus, you're going to be able to take these passes when mainnet goes and apply that to boosters. And it's going to be definitely going to be worth it. It's not a physical pass, but it's something that you will see in your BitPerp account, which is going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited for BitPerp. I'm excited for what they're building. Get these passes, guys. We're giving away 25 this week. We gave away 5 yesterday. Giving away 20 more. So check that out. On the docket for today, Gary Gensler being a dick again. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff that we haven't talked about. There's actually news from Merlin Starter, and there's news from Bit Smileys. We'll get into that. And there's obviously we got a lot of Rune stuff to cover. Tap put out a message. We're going to get into that as well. But we got a lot going on today. So without further ado, we bring in my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
What's up, man? We're a Tuesday, October 8th.
Yes.
Year. What is going on, man?
There's a lot of uncertainty, but there's it's like people know what's coming, but at the same time, right, uncertainty with global geopolitical events and stuff like that. So I think that it's we're in this like purgatory right now. But if you do look back to last year, I know there wasn't as many geopolitical events happening last year during this time, but between Token 2049 and Amsterdam, I think right after Amsterdam is kind of when things started to lift off. So we'll see if this kind of repeats this year. I'm hoping so. I'm sticking with my guns to say, hey, we're going to end October strong in the positive, in the green. But we'll see.
Yeah, I really hope so. I really love this end October in the green. as the days go on, though, the more and more I just see, what does it matter if we're 66 or 68 or 69 or 61? We need to break out of this zone. And I've been saying it for a while. Like I would rather be at 40,000 than sitting between 60 and 70. I really would, for the sense of like there would be way more movement happening once things get picked up. Right now, I just feel like, we could just go up to 60, 72 and then come back down to 60. I can't live in this bubble anymore. This bubble that we've been sitting in since February, dude. Since February. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is frustrating, right? It's been a long time for us to kind of stay in this zone, this range. But I mean, look, there's nothing we could do about it, right? We can't make it go up. We can't make it, go down to 40 just and be like, while we're waiting, So I think the best thing to do is really focus on what's happening behind the scenes in our ecosystem, right? And something like BitPerp about to launch, soon, and with their paper trading competition, stuff like that. Just be in tune with the ecosystem to be prepared for when that does happen.
Man, this whole time I thought you were a market maker. I thought you were controlling the markets, man.
I mean,
this whole time.
I might be.
Just kidding. So let's get some news here. Finally, FTX will return $16 billion to customers following court's bankruptcy approval. So we talked about it a few weeks ago. It may have been 2 weeks ago at this point that they were going to do this, but it never got approved by a judge, right? So we finally got that judge's approval. So most customers with under 50,000 in their accounts will be paid within 60 days of the plan's effective date. But the official timeline for the start of these payments is yet to be announced. So we don't know if it's January 1st. We don't know if it's October 1st. We don't know anything about the actual date of this. It could be next year. It could be late next year. So we'll find out in the court documents when they come out. But I mean, that's $16 billion worth of money, like the US dollar that's depreciating every single day, about to come into the markets.
Yeah. I mean, this is something that I think we'd all be like waiting for, right? Is because we know that a lot of it's gonna get poured in, right? And so I would love if we could get more details, but it's kind of like one of those things that, is a narrative that hangs over our space. They tease us with it. This is the opposite. Like the Bears don't want to use this, the Bulls do, and so it's going to constantly just be I feel like a carrot dangling over our heads, because we know that a lot of the people that are going to get paid back are degens, and they're going to pour into ecosystems, and Bitcoin ecosystem is going to be one of the major ones that they pour into, right? So
yeah, and there's probably some of this money that's probably not going to go back in. Like we know that French Montana has $3 million in USDT coming his way, but you're getting 119%.
I don't know. I don't think we know that.
No, we do. He said it. He said it in an interview.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he said he had an interview. So that's not inside information. He actually said that. He was actually crying about it, that he lost $3 million to somebody in crypto. But yeah, so he's getting like $3 million back, but he's getting 119% back. So his $3 million plus another 19%. So, but we know a lot of these people might not go back in crypto. He might put that right in his bank account. It's been, over 2 years.
Yeah, but those aren't the people that we care about anyways.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like in that sense, not means like overall, right?
I just don't think 16 billion is coming.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to get 100% of anything, right? Yeah. So I think you got to really put a like realistic percentage of that refund amount that's going to flow back in, and I think something safe would be like maybe 50%. Yeah, but that's still a ton of liquidity, right? That needs to be injected somewhere. So we'll see.
Yeah, man, 100%. But yeah, I do see, potentially 10 billion of that, maybe half of that coming in, getting into Bitcoin, getting into Ethereum and Solana and stuff. So,
yep. I'm loving the chat. I'm loving the chat energy, man. The chat energy.
Yeah, man. We got Fonzie in here, bro.
Yes, sir.
I heard Yagobi has a bag coming his way from FTX. Do you, bro? You got a bag?
Bags? No, I'm just kidding. No. I was too smart. I avoided that wreck.
Not your keys, not your crypto.
Exactly.
Crypto.com receives Wells notice from the SEC. Gary Gensler up to his old shenanigans again. Crypto.com is countersuing the SEC in response, challenging its overreach and regulating most crypto assets as securities. So This is something we've been dealing with for the last 4 years. Gary Gensler and the SEC being complete a-holes. They will not regulate us, but they will sue us. They won't give us clarity, but they will sue us for not knowing the clarity. This is not going to stop if a certain regime wins November 5th. And if you think it will stop, you're a complete idiot. You're just not understanding this. There will be another SEC chairman who is just like Gary that comes in, and he might be a little bit more friendly to crypto, but I doubt it. And my point here is we need changes. We need changes, and it starts with the SEC.
Yeah, well, I think that the countersuit is how quick it happened is showing that people aren't scared anymore, right? Because they saw the SEC, lose some cases. Excuse me. They saw the SEC lose some cases, and so they're putting them, to the test and say, hey, we're going to see if you're balking here and if you're really just, trying to make us flinch, because we have the liquidity to countersue you, and let's see if you can get another loss in your column. Right. So I love the countersuit. I think that this is exactly what needs to happen, in my opinion, to kind of show the SEC that, hey, look, we're not scared of you like everybody used to be back in the day.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like Brian Armstrong was the first one to really do this, and all the other ones are kind of, Gemini did it afterwards, and now Crypto.com's doing it. But yeah, I mean, keep filing lawsuits against them as they file against you. So that kind of puts them in a tough predicament. But they were probably waiting for this, right? This is something that was planned.
Yeah, I mean, but it also forces the SEC to use their budget too, right? Because they have to pay their lawyers and time and stuff. I almost wonder if he's just trying to utilize his budget before in case they lose. He's just trying to cause a last bit of havoc. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's. I mean, who knows? Maybe he was shorting the the Crow coin before he did this, right? So I don't know. I just think he's a complete scumbag, and he would just do anything at this point. And I just can't wait. I just can't wait. Hopefully, a month from today, he resigns. That would be lovely.
Yes,
because that's what happened with Brian Brooks once. Trump obviously lost in 2020. Brian Brooks basically left a month later. So
yeah. Maybe there'll be a special sat dedicated to that day.
That would be cool. The Gary Gensler day, yeah.
The exit day.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the next thing here. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index has plummeted more than 6.4%, but it is battling back here. So this is the China stock market. If you guys don't know, this is their version of the S&P. As you can see, it was very much sideways, up, down, sideways, very similar to what the rest of the markets were doing. But then you see this giant upwards momentum here. Look at this. But then yesterday they had this giant pullback. So we know last week that it was kind of closed. The markets were closed for a good portion of last week because they were on holiday, and it comes back open and just ramps down to, back to 20,000. And now it's kind of battling back its way up. This is aftermarket trading. So, but this is during their session. What do you think about this?
I mean, we saw this coming, right? Whenever they were talking about how crazy it was, how, bullish it was. And the smart traders knew that this was going to happen because they've been in this game for a very long time. When something pumps so hard, and the government actually injects liquidity into the actual stock market, that's something that's you don't see from governments, right? So, the Chinese population probably took their stimulus real quick and tried to make more money, right? And so eventually what goes up must come down. So what I'm thinking is that, some smart Chinese whales that sold their Bitcoin probably maybe, got into the stock market in the middle of that graph on the way up. And then, hopefully exited in time before that crash. And then maybe they're pumping it right now to be able to, get other people to buy their bags. But I do expect this liquidity to come back to Bitcoin and in crypto. But when? Who knows? Because, there might be another run up here. So that is a big, hard crash, though. I mean,
yeah,
there's no way around that.
And the Chinese government said they're stopping. They're no longer going to be adding anymore. So this is probably going to see it come back down a little bit more. But, there is a lot of money now sloshing around that wasn't there previously, right? So we could see this kind of keep building. I mean, it might have been something on the lines of this being the, it kind of go up from there, right? Kind of maybe going sideways and up. I don't know, but I think all markets are about to start moving forward for this upcoming cycle, and not just Bitcoin, not just the S&P, but all markets.
Yeah. Yeah, but when is that going to happen? Is that going to happen in November? Is it going to happen at the end of this month? It's going to happen in December. I think the one
Yeah.
thing that everybody's consistent on is it's going to happen at some point in Q4.
I think it happens when we see some certainty, when we know what's about to happen. I think November 5th is gonna really take away the uncertainty and the FUD, right? So obviously we don't know. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and that's what kind of is going on there. There's a lot of like FUD sloshing around the system as well. And once we get out of the uncertainty part, I think the fear and the doubt go away as well. And I think we have upward momentum going into at least January.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Hong Kong to approve more Bitcoin and crypto exchanges this year. So we saw a couple in July. We were very bullish on that. They didn't get the momentum that we thought they were going to get, but now they're going to be getting more exchanges. So Hong Kong's going to eventually look like the US in the sense of not just having Coinbase, but having crypto.com and all these other ones as well, Gemini and more. So this is pretty big. I think it just shows you more crypto adoption in China.
Yeah. We saw this coming, like they actually got approved, for the ETF, not, what was that, like in the spring, in the late spring, I think. And so it just seemed like the world powers governments are coming on board with Bitcoin first, and then crypto, obviously, all together as an ecosystem, right? And so this is the cycle of adoption from nation states, in my opinion. So expect more nation states to come out. We've seen like little nation states come out recently, say, hey, we have a financial Bitcoin product now. You got Argentina coming out, saying, hey, we're going to follow probably the blueprint of El Salvador. And then I really expect like a lot of Latin American countries to follow suit, because once they see something in their region that works, they're going to copy it. Right. And so I'm extremely bullish for Latin America for the next 50 years because of this.
Yeah, I think what happened in the 90s and late 80s was the Middle East really getting that oil push, and I think that's going to be very similar to what's going to happen in South America with getting this Bitcoin push, because they have easier opportunities of adopting something because they don't have this giant Congress and these two-party systems. A lot of them can just agree on something pretty easily. We've seen that with El Salvador. Right, it happened very quickly, and I mean, we're not talking Brazil, right? We're not talking the massive ones, but a lot of the smaller ones can really take advantage of being kind of centralized in a way of being able to adopt this stuff very quickly.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think El Salvador it was a good example of how it could happen, but I don't think it was easy. There had to, they had to believe in a specific leader to get elected, and then that leader had to come up with a plan. I mean, it wasn't just with Bitcoin. With El Salvador, there's a lot of positives that we see from, at least from the outside, right? And so, but you saw it with Milei too, right? Once he got elected from Argentina, that was a hard election as well. And then you saw what he talked about. The first thing he brought up was getting rid of the central bank, or really adjusting and changing how that system works. And so that's where I think like you do have to get to like a certain, deep level of success for other countries to say, okay, this is, but once they do see that, like I think El Salvador has proven, with their balance sheets and stuff like that, this works. Now I think people are starting to open their eyes in that region. It's not just South America. I think it's Latin America. You're talking about probably South, Central, and Mexico, in my opinion, will probably start to pay a lot of attention to what's happening.
Yeah, I agree. But one thing about Nayib Bukele, he didn't just start like as like a Republican or a Democrat. He started a new candidacy. I mean, he started a new party, the New Ideas, which is amazing name for it, right? So if you come from the New Ideas party, having Bitcoin was probably just like, oh yeah, obvious, right? It's a new idea. So I just think that in other countries are now seeing this. They're seeing what's happening in El Salvador. El Salvador's growing. Their GDP is up like insane amounts, like 50 or 60% since Nayib Bukele took over. And I just think that, you know, one of the biggest things that he does was Bitcoin. So a lot of them are going to do monkey see, monkey do. And you're probably going to see by the end of next year, a lot of nation states get involved in Bitcoin in some way.
Yeah, I agree 100%. They're the micro strategy of nation states, right? They took the risk, and people are seeing the success. And then you saw Japan's one of their publicly traded companies follow suit with what
MetaPlanet,
MetaPlanet, what MicroStrategy did, right? So it's the same thing, kind of, you know, monkey see, monkey do, like you said.
All right, so Bitcoin makes case for bullish October. What do you take from this?
Just this was more of a, you know, stability and not losing their Bitcoin, not losing its legs, right? Like every opportunity that it could have, right? Yes, there has been some sell downs that have been pretty strong, but not continuous. And I think that that's the case that Bitcoin's making for ending the month, you know, with a bullish October, in my opinion, right? It could have easily broke below 60 and stayed there multiple times the past week and a half. But it didn't. There was a psychological barrier of 60,000, and it really bounced back up from that, right? And so we hung around 61 to 62, got all the way back up to 64 a couple days ago. You know, so for me, this is showing stability and strength in a very time of uncertainty and geopolitical issues and stuff like that. So for me, I think that like the closer we get towards the end of this month, the more bullish opportunity we have. Now I could be wrong about that. That's just kind of the sense that I'm getting, you know. Obviously this is speculation because I can't tell the future. I don't see the future, unfortunately. I don't have that ability anymore. But you know, this is kind of how I feel about Bitcoin for October so far.
100%. I couldn't agree more. Let's get into the Bitcoin fear and greed. Let's check this out. So last week was a 50. Yesterday was a 50. And you won't be able to guess that. If you were taking the 50s and the 50s into your eyeball, what do you think today is? I'll give you a hint. It is so close to where we are yesterday.
49.
Yeah, dead on, bro.
Oh, wow. Dang.
Like,
I'm so talented.
But we are so centered right now. You know what this tells me? People
stability,
do not know
exactly what I but
Yeah.
stability though, right? Like what I just explained,
Very stable,
right?
yeah.
So, you know, if I'm wrong about like how October is going to end with Bitcoin, then it's going to go the other way. Hard though, right? So it's like right now we're starting to see the stability. Like we really haven't seen something like this in a while, to where the fear and greed has stayed at that number consistently, right? So you know, stability is kind of formed, but eventually what happens when something stays stable and there's an expectation of a bull run or something big to happen, it's either going to go drastic this way or go drastic this way. And if I have to bet and we're heading into Q4, I'm going to say it's going drastic this way.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I mean, we're not heading no more. We're in it. Like we are dead. We're in the second week of it, going into the second week. So this is going to be, you know, something has to happen soon. I think you're right. But it is nice being stable. It is nice kind of just like taking that.
You sure you don't want 40,000?
I kind of do. I really do. I kind of do. I think what that would do is I don't think the runes and the other stuff really drop that hard.
Oh man,
very
they
quickly.
will. They will.
It would, but yeah, it would. But I think that they would bounce back quicker, and they would head with Bitcoin, but do like insane amount of X's on the way up. I don't know. For me, I just don't want to be here. So that was just the only other option. There's three options, right? We go up, we go down, or we stay sideways, right?
Well,
I just don't want to stay sideways.
But you just said it feels good to be stable a little bit. So I think, like, even though, you know, we're not, I think what you are probably tired of is, you know, 58,000 to 70,000 instead of like, you know, the stable is okay as long as it's not like volatile within range of 12 grand. But like, eventually there has to be an up or down tick, right? And if it did, let's say it did get crazy and it dropped to 40K, it's where we are in this cycle, in the template that I always bring up, it would not stay at 40,000 very long at all. The only way it gets there is like a strong sell wick. Like there has to be a geopolitical issue or something, and then it bounces back right up, and then probably that's what kicks it off.
I mean, that's what happened in 2020, right? That's what my whole point is. Like 2020, we had the COVID crash that sent everything north. And I think maybe we need something like that to kind of get momentum to go up. But like being stable here, my point was like, I feel like we're making a decision right now. Like it's no longer just like sideways. I feel like when you're stable, you're waiting for the markets to make a decision, and then you're going to go one way. And that's kind of why I was feeling like it's a breath before. It's kind of like the calm before the storm, whether that storm's north or south.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into that Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by the great guys at BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be one of the leading leverage trading exchanges on Bitcoin. Their two-week paper trading competition starts in about a week from today. So it's going to be fun, guys. So check that out. You're going to be able to trade, Bitcoin perps with zero money involved, and then you're going to be able to earn points. And those points are, we know what they are, right? So you want to get as many points as possible. And we're giving away 5 VIP passes today, guys. These passes are going to be utilized in so many different ways. So you're definitely going to want this. And only thing you have to do, we're giving away 25 this week. We gave away 5 yesterday, and we got 20 more to give away. So all you got to do to win today's 5 is just comment BitPerp in the chat. It's all you have to do. Comment BitPerp in the chat on Twitter and on YouTube. It doesn't matter. And then you'll be eligible for the wheel. And after Tap Tuesday, we'll be spinning that wheel and picking 5 winners for this pass. But don't worry, if you don't win today, we're going to have another 15 to give away this week. So keep rocking with us.
Yep. And a little bit more information. So on the paper trading competition, there's going to be a cash prize. I don't want to give the exact amount out yet because they did mention that they're finalizing that, but there's going to be a cash prize and then a USDT prize, I should say. And then they're trying to get a little bit more on top of that as well, but we'll get you guys more details on that. And then these passes will actually, I didn't realize this, but you'll be able to trade these on secondary once their mainnet is live. I thought it was going to just be kind of a whitelist status, right? But these are going to be actual assets that you'll be able to trade. So that's pretty cool. So definitely, get hype about these passes, these VIP passes. But before we get into the Bitcoin price action, guys, if you're on the YouTube side, please smash that like for us. It helps us a ton. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing with your life because you should be subscribed to Ordinal Revolution's channel, but hit those notifications so you know when we go live. And on the X side, share the space for us. Please, it helps us as well. Educate and onboard as many people as we can, and hit that like for us as well. But let's go ahead and get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by BitPerp, as Shizzy said. Okay, so I'm going to start on the hour chart here. It is kind of a, there isn't really a strong direction that the Bitcoin's price is going. Obviously, we did have this dump come down. We were at 63.5, and then we started coming down here late yesterday. We reached all the way down to like almost below 62,000, but we've kind of ranged back to almost 63,000. So, I see why people are kind of staying in that fear and greed at the same numbers because the volatility is within $3,000 right now. You're looking at maybe trying to reach down into like 60,000. I'm talking about for the past probably five days, all the way up to 64,000, right? So it isn't, and it's weird. It's like literally bouncing up and down and up and down. So what I see for the rest of today, honestly, it's on the hour chart. I usually get a better read of what I think is going to happen. But as you can see, the MACD buy pressure is really weak right now on the hour chart. I mean, we're not seeing any like big green candles on the MACD. The separation's still pretty tight between the blue and orange lines there on the MACD. You can see on the stochastics, we just got it to overbought, and we didn't really have. Yeah, we had this wick that went up to like 62.8 at it says 1 p.m. UTC, so I think that's probably this morning our time. But yeah, so nothing like really strong either way. It's a bounce up and down. But I will say, if I had to pick, I would say that we would probably bounce a little bit back up because yesterday was a sell down, which kind of I predicted it was going to kind of sell down a little bit, and it did. So we did see a lot of sell pressure yesterday, right? So maybe we bounce a little bit back down to sell pressure and then bounce up strong into the buy pressure. Because like I said, every time you see like, this little bit of the opposite direction, there's typically a pretty strong momentum going into the opposite of that direction. So we'll see. It's really hard. I'd hate to put like a prediction on today's second half of the day, but I would say we'll probably range between 62.5 to 63, maybe even 62,000 to 63. So it's going to be nothing that's I would take any positions on or anything like that. The 8-hour chart here, you can see it is starting to lighten up in the buy pressure. So this is a little worrisome for the weekly. This can change very quickly, though. If we get some bullish news, if we get some bullish momentum, we can break this back up. But we've been hanging right in the dead center with the stochastic RSI on the 8-hour chart. So for the next week, it's showing, at least like forecasting us, that we're going to probably be staying within this, range that we've been trading in, maybe 60 to 64,000. So no exciting projections or anything like that. I would probably be very cautious in terms of taking any positions for the next day or so. Just kind of see where Bitcoin settles up. But that is what I'm seeing for the Bitcoin price action.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Guys, I've started putting your names on the wheel, so keep throwing your BitPerps into the chat. Just write BITPERP into the chat, guys, and we will get you guys put on the wheel. It's looking like we got already about 15 or 16 of you guys, and a lot more coming. So it should be a fun game later. But let's kind of get into the roll call here. Let's see who's here on the show. First is first. It means a lot here, and but we're gonna jump into it. And the first person today was, let's see, I gotta zoom all the way up on this one. It was Chief Axel. Shout out to you, my friend. You are the winner today. Thank you so much for always being here every single day, man. You mean a lot to us. Followed by Webdro. Webdro is here. Shout out to you, my friend. And we got Yasher, Danny Boy, Sir Chidia is here. Lackey, Lukey, PJ and Z, Reziak, Ordinals Chips, and Ordinal Sweets. They're back. The brothers.
Yes.
We missed who we missed? I think we missed Tweets yesterday. I think Chips was here.
Yeah.
But and then Mempool Punk is here. Almost done 71. You hear they're trying to put the retirement age to 70 now? That's nuts, dude. It's nuts.
That's really old.
Rick G is here. Glass Hopper is here. Dream Baked. Fonzie from Ordinal Hive. Shout out to Fonzie with that amazing space yesterday. Shout out to you. And you, Yagobi, were absolutely amazing hosting that. So great job.
Appreciate that.
Benjamin was here. Chota is here. Sham was here. Babu was here. Dream Baked, Fixed. Jack Moto is in the building. Shout out to Jack Moto. Patty Poo, my guy. I said Lucky Lukey, but I'll say you again. Benjamin, man, every single day, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Brian Laundry, Laundry, and then No. Really good quote from tweet from No. He said, started watching you guys. I started watching OR around 10K subs. What makes me come back is the consistency through ups and downs, as well as the interchange of ideas and information. Whitelist, not bashing other projects. We bash a little bit. No,
I wouldn't say we bash. We just, we have our opinion out there sometimes, and it's a little strong. I wouldn't say bash, because that's never, ever the objective, just to bash anybody. So
100%. It's never the intention, but we're just going to give our opinions. We're not gonna, be fake. We're not fake people, so we're going to give you exactly how we're thinking. And our opinions change day to day. Just because I don't like something today, I might like it tomorrow. I mean, it is really good to have selective opinions sometimes, but it's also good to be really open minded. So. No is here. Tim Baker, AOD Art, my friend, and then YouTube is here. The whole YouTube.
We've made it. We've made it. YouTube has attended our live. They're probably checking in on us. Make sure we're not doing anything bad.
Right, dude. They're gonna censor us. Chain Watchers here. Viral AGI is here. Steamy J. Then we have Ashraf is here. Shout out to you, my friend. File Shift. Okay, let's go. Axie Made is here. Nighthawk sent me a video, dude. He's an Uber driver at night over in California, and there was some gunshots going on. It was pretty wild. I just hope you stay safe, my friend. And yeah. And he was saying he was driving down the road and he see like a bunch of like dead bodies after a car accident. Man,
oh my gosh,
being an Uber driver is a rough gig, bro. So stay safe out there, my friend. Claudia is here. Test is here. Doing his daily testing. Shout out to you, my friend. E Nappy, he says, I'm kind of new to ordinals. I've been doing some reading and research. I would love to be put through the project and the ecosystem. Yeah, go to ordinalrevolution.com. We have a lot of articles there. Really, we can probably get caught up very quickly. So check that out. And if you need to know more, you can reach out to us or put the questions in the chat. We have let's see. Muhammad is here. D Love, shout out to D Love. Umar is here. Patrick Nand is here. And we have Fixed Sixes, Moose Glide. What a name. Moses Glide?
Moses Glide.
Moses. Crypto Mister. Mats is here. Alpha Gamer. Cyber Rider. Let's see. Let's have my boy Danny Boy one more time. Shout out to Danny Boy. Joko is here. Yeah, and looks like that is it. Shout out to every single one of you guys who make the roll call every single day. We have 407 people in here right now. Shout out to every single one of you guys watching. We appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And make sure you put your questions in the chat, guys, for the end of the Tap Tuesdays. We'll try to hit y'all's questions. Tap Tuesday is probably gonna be a little bit slower today, just because, like Shizzy said, a lot of these people are traveling to Amsterdam, so we'll be able to get into y'all's questions.
Let's kind of get into the first bit of news for today. Here we go. Tap Protocol, October 21st. What the hell are they talking about? Did you look at this all?
It's time. Hopefully, this is actually the time that Tap Protocol is going to launch. I don't know.
What do you think we're going to get?
I think this is going to be the TGE. I think this is going to be the token event. And then look, they put a roadmap out with a timeline, and so they kind of have to hit those things, right? And so your Brandon Wamplers of the world, shout out Brandon Wampler, is hopefully going to be satisfied because they're going to be delivering on some of these milestones. So
yeah, man, here's a tweet right here. It's just, it is what it is. That's one thing about Tap. They do not tell people anything. They barely give you any information. But I'm hoping maybe it just comes out just a whole bunch of information at one time, right? So I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's the way they're doing it. And so I mean, if it works for them, it works for them.
Yeah, I like I said, I think it's going to be the Tap token. Tap 20, it says October 21st is showing the Tap coin there. That's what I think it's going to be. Which, I mean, some of these protocols that are building on in Tap's ecosystem is kind of waiting for that token to drop, right? So they can drop their tokens. They don't want to do it before the actual Tap token drops, which kind of makes sense. I see. So we'll see.
So we know it says wallet here. We still haven't seen the wallet. It says marketplace open beta. Still haven't seen the marketplace open beta. It says bridge. I mean, and we're talking, this is mid-October here, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that we still haven't seen yet, but they're talking about October 21st. October 21st, are they going to just give us all this at once?
Maybe they do. Maybe they, I could see them, aligning the wallet and marketplace swap beta and then all together along with the TGE, because then they want to, build hype, right? And I think that it would actually do well for the TGE if they do release all those things at once, because people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, you could do this, you could do that, or whatever, So it is kind of opportunistic, in my opinion, to do that. Now, I don't know if that's what they're talking about. Maybe we can squeeze something out of Tom today if he is able to join us briefly. But hey, look, they put an exact date out to the public, so at least we know something that should be pretty big is coming or being announced on the 21st.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I just want to know. I want to know. All right, so next thing here is Runes mints accounted for 70% of all Bitcoin transactions over the past 24 hours. It feels like Runes that's just kind of what they do now. BRC20s have completely gone to Fractal at this point, bridging and all that as well. So I doubt you're going to see any new BRC20 mints coming on mainnet, right? I can't imagine that. So Runes is probably going to be between 70 and 100% forever.
What do you mean?
Like the runes transaction is probably going to be between 70 and 90% for forever, because I can't see anything else really taking market share on the Bitcoin layer one.
I mean, obviously ordinal collections, but yeah, I don't know what else would really take place there unless this catnip token standard becomes a
Yeah.
high volume transaction fungible token standard, right? So like the whole point with catnip is that it's programmable, you can build dApps and stuff like that. Now I don't know how they're going to do the transactions on Bitcoin. I don't know what that's going to look like from a volume perspective. But I remember when they were talking about Cat VM is supposed to be doing like a lot of the computational stuff off chain, but transactions on layer one is my understanding. So that could increase it to where it could compete. But we're gonna see, if that happens. Because like here's the thing: is like I know you said that pre-show that Udi mentioned that Opcat is coming. He's
Yeah.
confidently saying that. When is it coming? You had a good point in terms of like announcing Taproot and then Taproot being implemented, being a pretty long timeline in between those two things. And so yeah, and then you have new projects that are launching actual products, like whether it's predictions market or something else, and their token is a rune, right? So it's just kind of as much
Yeah.
uncertainty as there is like outside of the ecosystem. There's uncertainty inside it too right now a little bit, but you're right. The one thing that you can say from a metric standpoint is runes is accounting for 70% right now, but we'll see how much that changes as it gets more innovative. The ecosystem.
Can you see Tap taking a market share? Could you see Tap coming in and taking 20% away from them?
If the technology is good enough and the UX is solid, and it can be like a degen style environment. It's the industry is really weird, right? Because people say a lot of times marketing is what wins it, and I see that, but at the same time, if that was the case, then people would just throw millions and millions and millions of dollars at whatever they want to succeed, and that's not always the case either. So it's like the UX has to match perfectly with the marketing and the energy and the timing of the market and all these things, right? Like, so Solana took advantage of that. I feel like the past year and a half, right, or the past year, outside of Bitcoin ordinals. And so can Tap replicate something like what Solana was able to create in terms of like their magic to be able to attract people there? If that's the case, then yes, they can compete.
So what if Tap kind of just puts out, a marketplace, a wallet, and then you have to bridge into the system to do everything DeFi related, right? But what if Tap just comes out and they put out pretty much the same thing that we already have? Because that's the thing people don't understand is like people say, oh yeah, Tap's coming. Tap's here. Tap's been here for 6 to 8 months now, where you can be able to trade it on Ordinal's wallet. So like you can trade Tap tokens, you can mint new Tap tokens, you can mint Tap tokens, anything. You can deploy them, mint them, whatever. But you haven't seen any traction of anything new in a long time. Does this new marketplace bring that aspect to maybe the broader eye? Maybe that's the problem.
Well, I mean, of course, that's the whole promise and premise of like the new deliverables, right? Is that there's a swap like environment. You can do DeFi on Bitcoin layer one. I mean, whether they're marketing taglines or they're legitimate like technical breakdowns, it is what it is. Like that's what the promise has been. So they have to deliver at least like a 70%, 75% experience of what they said, in my opinion. Because no, it's if the experience isn't different, then no one's gonna gravitate to that. It's already here, like you said. You can already do that with Unisat by inscribing mint, deploy, and transfer commands, right? With the Tap fungible tokens. So it has to be very different than what it's basically what they offer right now.
What if it's not different, but the marketplace is phenomenal looking and the wallet looks great and it makes it very seamless?
I don't Well, I mean, it depends on how seamless, right? Like if they can remove the transfer inscription, but then you're creating an experience that Magic Eden already has for runes. So I don't think I think there could be a little bit of, because it's new and the marketplace looks better and they have a community that believes in them and stuff like that, to where there could be a little bit of a hype cycle, but like it wouldn't sustain because people are gonna, the runes community is just gonna completely, you know, in my opinion, trash it and say, look, this is nothing different than us, except for runes is superior, and they'll have like this big like tribalism war and all that stuff. But if the swaps come out and there's actual like liquidity pools and stuff that have been promised, I mean, that's the whole wait. That's like the whole anticipation, right? So it has to be something like that. And you and I have seen some of this, ICP infused with Bitcoin technology, and it- that that could work if it feels pretty seamless,
Yeah.
but we won't know until we're able to see like what's actually under the hood and how it's gonna play out and perform.
Yeah, I agree. I guess my last question here was, let's just say October 22nd comes. How much share would you guesstimate Tap takes some runes? Would you say runes goes down below 50?
If they have a unique, like like a very seamless,
Yeah.
easy to onboard people from the outside UX, um, I mean, it could quickly cut into like, like very quickly cut into like 25-30% of the share. Um,
Okay.
and then after that, like it depends on how good the experience is,
Yeah.
you
Can
know.
you keep it? Can you keep that percent? Yeah.
Because if you're creating this, type of fast interaction of swapping tokens and stuff like that, um, and it is truly like layer one, which I don't know how they could do that with 10-minute blocks, but doesn't matter. Let's just say that they figured out a way to do it right to where it
Yeah.
feels that way. Then runes will kind of be looked at, and these slow, clunky fungible tokens on Bitcoin will kind of be looked at as like bonds or something that's like, you just hold on to like for a long time because it's a part of the Bitcoin ecosystem. But uh but I just don't see how they can do it without using, an outside layer, and then in that case it's not layer one as much as people want to say it, right? So I'd love to see what they have once it's ready, October 21st. If that's then we'll see.
Yeah. And like Tap did put out something where it was like, they got bridges now to Tron and Aptos. And I was like, why the heck would people want to go to Tron and Aptos? But then it got me thinking after that was, it's not about getting people to Tron and Aptos, it's about getting the people at Tron and Aptos to Tap. So that could work that way too. We'll see. I'm really excited for this month. I'm really excited for what Tap's going to bring. But to your point, Udi did put out this tweet. He said OpCat is coming. Track is an indexing service. Cat 20s, we know, do not need indexers. So Catnip, Udi's version of Cat 20s, which is going to be the same exact thing. Like it's not like it's Meta protocols where it's like you can have different things and different aspects. It's just going to run. They're going to run the same rails. Cat 20 and Catnip are pretty much going to be the same. The contracts are just going to be different looking, and that's really it. But they're going to be pretty much the exact same. So Cat 20s and Catnip are going to live together. But does OpCat tokens take away the need for something like Track?
No, because Track still needs to index ordinals, and index are these
Okay.
or like, the bitmap and DMT. DMT is its own ecosystem, so Track doesn't go
Yeah.
away even if this happens. And I have a feeling that like Benny will probably try to whip up like an oracle or something to do like, price translation between the chains, the UTXO chains,
Yeah.
right? Because at the end of the day, you might not need an indexer that's going to be like, like a I don't know, more of I feel like indexers are more like prehistoric type of way of tracking things, and then like you have your Oracle stuff, right, where you're able to almost kind of work like APIs and it communicate price changes really quick, like Chainlink does. and they're gonna have to need stuff like that, right? So they'll probably try to build it within their framework anyways, and there will be a project that probably takes over that. Maybe it's Track. Who knows?
Your track could become an oracle, just like Chainlink, and actually become the Chainlink of Bitcoin, which people say they already are. But if we have OpCat tokens floating around and they kind of adopt that oracle, Chainlink isn't coming. Chainlink's not coming here, at least for the first year.
They already have their hands full.
Yeah, exactly. So something like Track could come in, and I'm sure Benny knows how to build an oracle, and I'm sure there's ways of taking Chainlink's technology and kind of just resurfacing it over here and kind of calling it your own, which is something that but Benny does a lot of. He does a lot of forking and stuff like that. So I'm very curious to see if he can potentially fork the oracle and and do something over here that make Track bigger than just an indexer, but a validator and a oracle as well.
Yeah, we'll just kind of have to wait and see. But I'd love to get more information from Moody to give us maybe like some soft dates or something, of when OpCat is actually coming, because OpCat does more than just fungible tokens, though. Like, people need to realize that it brings computational functionality, even if it's minimal, because it is one operational code and there's so many more. It still allows you to do functionalities that you don't have to wait for the other signer all the time on things. It allows staking to be more like traditional staking and stuff like that. So that's why it's good to have be involved with projects like Fluid Tokens that has a UTXO experienced dev that has worked with smart contracts on UTXO chains and stuff like that. Because when OpCat comes over, they're going to be able to work with that very quickly, as other devs are probably going to have to figure out how to integrate that into their protocols and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. But that's the thing too, is for instance, I remember Taproot. I remember watching it a little bit, and it got accepted in January of 2020, but it didn't get implemented until November of 2020. That's the exact date, November 2020. So if OpCat does get pushed in, it is code that Satoshi wrote, though. That's the difference, right? So, Taproot was a lot more code, and it was written by outside people that had to kind of make sure they're all on the same page of what gets put in and what doesn't get put in, because Taproot was being, it had a lot of different people with a lot of different hands touching it, while OpCat was already in Bitcoin. It's kind of just added where Satoshi took it out, right? So that could be the difference as well.
Yep.
All right, so popular Solana meme coins, including Dev and CMM, have announced that they are leaving Solana and will be fully migrating to Runes on Bitcoin. So this is pretty big. We do know that Dev has been the token of one of Magic Eden's faithful. I don't know if you can call him there, but he's been tweeting about Dev for a long time. What do you think about tokens leaving Solana and becoming Runes on the Bitcoin network?
That's really huge. Because they see something in Runes, in the Runes ecosystem, that they feel they're basically kind of laying their bets that there's a solid foundation that's being built over here, and Solana probably has a lot of degen activity. So it's like the focus on Solana is like a gnat. And then the focus over on Bitcoin is more, I don't know what to compare it to in terms of the insect, but yeah, there you go. So a bee that's focused, that's focused on honey for the colony, right? And stuff like that. So, so this is a bullish indicator to me. Now, there have been projects that have laid their bets over here, and I think it was the wrong timing. You have the Kongs that did decentralized, and they feel like they lost their bet, but I think they exited too early. And I think these two type of tokens, if they do, I feel like if it works out, the timing is good, for them, because they're rolling the dice here in early October, which, in my opinion, the Runes first true run up will happen in Q4. Right. And so I think this is a bullish indicator that you got two Solana meme coins coming over here. We'll see if they can bring their community and everything, and if it works out.
Talk about quitting at the bottom. Decentralized might have been the ultimate bottom signal, wasn't it? Looking back. You
I
know,
mean,
like
they have a team. They have to probably, pay a couple people, and so they have, business operations to think about, I'm sure, and
yeah,
then plans for the upcoming bull run with like they have their Ethereum collection too. But I don't know what reasoning they had, but I think it's easy to kind of see from the outside and say, hey, these guys just gave up or whatever. We don't know what type of intricacies and stuff that they had going on behind the scenes,
yeah.
and I think it's kind of not fair to really, the one thing I will say is though is the timing could be the worst, but we don't know the cause of the timing.
I agree. I jump to the next thing here. SatsPumpFun. We're excited to announce that our Chinese community members and users can now create CAT20 tokens or meme coin tickers using Chinese characters on our platform. So this is the first time. I'm not sure if you could do it with BRC20s. Do you remember if you were able to? Chinese
Um,
characters?
yeah, I feel like there were.
But it was just like one. It was like an emoji type thing. It wasn't like a
Yeah, yeah,
actual
yeah.
Chinese characters. But yeah, so this is pretty big. You can see Francis knows that China is huge in the BRC20 space, and BRC20 space being now fractal, I think he's trying to bring people over, and I love that. I would love to own Chinese tickers, right? As long as I understand what I'm buying, and I can use. There is tools and stuff that where I can use to make sure that I'm buying the right one and stuff like that, and holder count and volume and stuff like that. So I don't feel like I'm going to get tricked into buying the wrong one, because I think I'm smart enough to understand which is the one that people are buying, right? So I love this. I think Francis is going to bring over a lot more people that are going to utilize this, and we all know in Bitcoin at least that China #1.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, it's gonna be kind of like the tables have turned with the whole rune situation, because I
Yeah.
don't know how to read Mandarin, right? And so there's gonna be like I don't know. Block will probably try to form some like Chinese chat group or something, or somebody will, and try to get some alpha callers from
Yeah.
the Chinese side to help them out. But it's gonna be tough for like just the everyday American user, you know.
No, I don't think so. I think we have tools. I think we have ChatGPT, which is part of my brain now. I mean, I use ChatGPT more than I use my cell phone. You know what I mean? Just pop it in there. What does this say? And then going in, and honestly, you don't even need to know what the hell the ticker is, because you have volume, trades, and stuff like that, right? I mean, and that aspect is you don't even need to know. You just kind of go, what's leading the volume today? Like, this is the one that looks like that, and ChatGPT that says this one says dead bird, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know, but I don't know. I love it.
Yeah. The one thing that we do know is that it will definitely pump liquidity into the system.
100%.
So,
Tons of it. Yep.
yep.
All right, guys, we're gonna get into you want to get into that now, or
What get
Tap Tuesday?
into? Yeah, we can just jump into it. So,
All right.
we can hit some questions afterwards. But 487 people, guys. Appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. Let's kind of kick it off here. We'll bring Tom up because he's probably on a limited, time here. So let's bring Tom up to the stage. What is going on, Tom?
Yo, it's good to see you guys. I'm currently in Amsterdam. I'm hoping I'm coming across fairly clearly, at least.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Awesome.
Are you in your room or just in a random like cafe?
No, I'm in my room. I'd love to show you more, but it's kind of, I don't want to ruin.
No worries. No worries. I feel like you're like in a very like classic room though, because that portrait behind you is like, Queen of England suite or something there.
Yeah. Well, it's not quite that fancy, but it is quite nice. It's on the canal, so it's quite nice. Yeah, it's not like a big hotel. It's essentially an apartment that I'm staying in for the week over the whole Amsterdam experience. But yeah, no, it's been interesting. I don't know how long I've got because I've got to go meet some of the team, but yeah, so far so good. We went to the venue earlier today and set up some of the stuff for the booth. We met with the Foxy guys and the Tapalytic guys yesterday, and I think we're just waiting on Ghosty and Launchpunks are arriving today. I think there's been some delays, but it's been yeah, so far so good. Most of the the big action over here is obviously happening over the next couple of days. So it's just been mostly meet and greet so far, and Benny getting the devs together and getting them busy, right? Getting them, locking them in the room and making them get everything done. Hopefully,
no fun time for the devs, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully, after the the launches and stuff, they get a little holiday or something to where they can relax, maybe, or like a half day.
Get the work, chain them to the computers. What I say, all devs should be chained to the computer. No, I'm just kidding. But Tap had a tweet today. It said October 21st. Is there anything you can give us? Because that is the most vaguest tweet, the most vague tweet that I've ever read in my life.
Yeah, no, I'm not allowed to say.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think most people are kind of on the right tracks, I'd imagine, with their thinking, but I can't say anything about it, obviously.
Yeah.
Just be ready.
Well, can you say do you think it's going to satisfy the people that have been waiting?
Yeah, I would have thought so. I mean, everything, like, there's so much going on at once, and like at the moment, the majority of the noise, I would say, like, there's still a lot of hype. There's lots of hype. Everyone that's been around for a while, they're excited to see what's going on, and they understand that there's a lot of building, there's a lot of infrastructure going on. Most of the team are busy right now. We're so busy because we're setting up for the event, and there's also there's a lot of work, right? There's a lot of work going on. But no, hopefully everyone will be excited and happy. So yeah, that's at least we've got some time for everyone to look forward to, and yeah, we're still getting a lot of when this, when that, and I think we can just stop and we can all just take a deep breath and wait, and that's the general idea, I think.
I can't do it, Tom. I need to know. I can't do it. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, no, we're getting. Go on.
I do stare at the roadmap at least once a day, and I'm like, okay, there's a wallet, there's a marketplace, there's something Gib. No, but there
is something Gib, yeah. So I mean, I think Benny is really the only person that knows the whole story about Gib. It's been very hush hush, so we'll have to wait and see with that one. But yeah, I know. Yeah, this one of the questions we're getting a lot is like, how is this all happening? Right? How are you going to get all this out in essentially the next few weeks? Right? But a lot of this stuff it's been going on for a long time, right? Like the wallet and the marketplace, it's been going on for a long time, and it's just finishing touches, really. And so yeah, it's not like we're just trying to rush out to get the product done, but there's been a lot of bug testing and making sure everything is visually looking great and all this stuff. Like that we don't really want to subject the public to, right? You don't need to know about every single little detail I certainly don't, right? I just need to know the relevant information and what I can talk about, and so yeah, it's been a few days so far, and I'm looking forward to meeting more of the developers and more of the community, and obviously like a lot of the actual community are going to be at the Bitcoin Amsterdam, so feel free to come and say hello if you recognize me.
Awesome. So what's the vibe that you've gotten there so far from the builders and stuff? Are they positive? Are they upbeat? Or is it kind of like, we're waiting to get through this kind of like the muck?
Everyone, I mean, in person, everyone is very, very cool, very friendly. It's been really interesting meeting a lot of these people that I've not seen before, right? Like I've met a few of the devs before. Like I've met Mark before from Launchpunks, but the guys from Tapalytics and Foxy, I've never met them before, so it was a great experience. And some of the people that are in the team, and like, not necessarily on cam, like, because we see Papillon and we see Aaron, but we don't necessarily see the other guys from the team. So it's kind of nice to see to meet the guys actually built, the backroom guys, the guys that are getting whipped into shape. They've got to do all the work. So yeah, that's always interesting. And no, it's been really good. I mean, obviously, we've all been talking about the products and what's happening, what we can expect, but just trying to have a good time as well. So yeah.
Yeah,
awesome. Is Benny your neighbor at all? Can you go like knock on his door?
I'm slightly outside the city. Well, I'm in the main city, obviously, but I'm slightly outside the center, and the advisors and Benny and the most of the core team are right in the center in a hotel, because they need to be right near the event and meeting up with people and doing all the real work, right? Whereas me and Fitzy are a little bit on the outskirts. We can take a nice leisurely 5 or 10 minute walk into town to meet up with everyone, and it's no problem. If I'm 5 minutes late for something, it's not the end of the world. But you know what? When you're Carsten or Benny or the advisors, they're very, very busy people, so it's a little bit different, you know.
Gotcha.
So,
Yes.
go ahead.
No,
So I was gonna say, so I saw something on my timeline, and I know this is a little bit outside of the tap ecosystem, but it's in the overall tap pipe ecosystem. I saw something on my timeline about pipe, right? It was really cool about like the AI focus and stuff. So do you know if like pipe is kind of like that next thing after tap's ecosystem releases, that's what the focus is going to be next, or is it kind of simultaneously being worked on? Well, can you give us any information on that at all?
I would say that in like over the next, for the past month or so, it hasn't been the focus, obviously. But yeah, I've seen bits and pieces, but I'm honestly not sure what I can talk about and what I can't regarding pipe yet. But obviously we've had like the whole rebranding, and so I think in terms of actually letting people know that it still is the idea that the whole system is cohesive, right? Like we want to get everything in order and have it look slick. So I think from that point of view, it's fair to say that yeah, it will be worked on in the future. But in terms of what is next, I'm very much looking at what is. See, when it comes to what I can talk about and what I can't, and you know what I should be focusing on, I have quite a short time frame perspective on that. Obviously, as the company as a whole, I want to know what's going on long term, right? And we have a long term roadmap as well, you know. But in terms of what I can currently talk about, we're just looking at the next few things, right? So I've not been fully briefed on what's happening with pipe, or even what's happening. What I can talk about regarding track, right? Because there is even something track related on the roadmap. And so those are a little bit too far away for me to really talk about, I think. But no, I mean, obviously, I'm just probably as excited as everyone else, because I love hearing about, you know, all the tech stuff, because I'm very much a nerd at heart. So for me, I understand like people's, I understand the when, but for these kind of tech questions, right, I love it, but I can't necessarily speak about that yet.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Gotcha.
Are you guys expecting a rush? Let's just say like the marketplace comes out, the wallet comes out, the tap token comes out. Not saying it is. I'm just saying everything kind of comes out together. Are you guys expecting a rush of new mints, or do you kind of expect kind of maybe the old stuff to really pick up volume?
I would say potentially both. Like, there will obviously be a lot of new mints, but I would think that people are going to gravitate towards anything that's been around for a while. You know, like I would have thought. You know, like when you look at a new ecosystem as an outsider, you want to remain like somewhat safe, right? Because you know that a lot of people are going to be doing optimistic mints, right? They're just going to be chucking some names out there and just trying to grab what they can, right? Like, especially when all of the 4 letters become open, you know, there'll be a lot of junk, you know, potentially, you know, and sometimes it just takes a bit of time to weed out what's going on. So I think in the initial rush, yeah, probably people will be speculating on silly things as well. There'll be memes. It probably will be a bit of chaos, you know, to quote the Gib. But I think, yeah, if it was me, that's what I would do, is I would focus on what we already have, and especially ones that I feel are like potentially undervalued, right? But that's all that, you know, that's normally what I do. So not everyone is potentially as sensible as I am. So I expect that there'll probably be a bit of both.
Awesome. Good to know. It's good to know.
Yep. I think you know, this is like perfect timing to release all this stuff. Whether that's going to be on the 21st or it's going to be longer than that, because we're in this weird like market time frame of like we can taste it, but it tastes bitter still a little bit, you know. But there's like a sweet like ending taste to it. So we were like, okay, we know that we're here, we're close, but god dang it, Bitcoin, like do your thing. And it's like,
yeah, it's been, well, you know, like I feel like you can be 100% correct on the market and you can still be annoyed by it. Like, just like I very much anticipated that September would finish like fairly bullish because people would be front running the fact that everyone thought October would be bullish. And then, you know, for October, I think probably the same thing's going to happen. We're going to get like, well, we already have, you know, the beginning of October was a little bit lackluster. We had I think like maybe it got a bit overheated yesterday. Like there was quite a large pump yesterday and I think things got a bit overheated. So seeing a little bit of a pullback today and last night was kind of expected, you know. I honestly think that there's probably going to be just a bit of zigzagging for the next couple of days. And I would have thought that October will probably end bullish again. But I don't necessarily see that everything happens on Bitcoin this month, right? Like in terms of like, I mean, obviously we've got a lot happening for us, you know, it's going to be exciting for us no matter what, but I don't think that necessarily Bitcoin has to break out to like 90K in October, right? Like for things to work.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, you know, Q4 will be probably quite good. Like generally speaking, Q4 is pretty interesting, especially over like, you know, actually the winter months. And sometimes that runs into like January, February. And I think after that, that's when I'm going to be looking at another look at the market and see, you know, what kind of decisions need to be made. But for now, I think, you know, being bullish for the next like 5-6 months and then reassessing is really like that's my strategy, right? Like that's what I'm going to be doing because I very much think that there's potentially still like quite a lot of the bull run to go. But I'm also I want to make money even if I'm wrong. So I want to make sure that I reassess what the situation looks like in 6 months' time. But I do believe that, yeah, in the next 6 months, especially over winter, I'm very excited. But I'm not really going to tie my decisions to a single month, right? I'm not going to be like, well, October has to be bullish, right? I don't ever think like that because, you know, I'm very much a long-term trader. Like I like swing trading, but like in terms of like my portfolio, very much long-term. So I'm not going to be upset if October isn't amazing, but yeah, it should. I would have thought it would be at least somewhat decent. You know, I think macro-wise it looks good. It's just potentially there's a lot of people calling for something to happen, and I always am a little bit skeptical when that's the case. You know, I think that's a very sane mentality to have because, you know, not everyone can be right. So I think just taking a step back from your bias is sometimes a really good idea. But yeah, I'm still, you know, fairly positive for October, I would say.
Yeah.
Good assessment.
Yeah, but I think that's right for times outside of like a projected bull run. But like, you know, I think everybody kind of has that right to perceive what's to come in a certain way, because it's like if you don't, then it's like every last 4 years is wrong, you know. But like we know what's happened the past 4, you know, cycles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I think in this case it's different. If it was like last year at this time and there was like a trending event or something, then I would agree with that. But like because it's like we're going into Q4 of the halving year, you know, it's pulled up every Q4 in the halving year, and then we have either a good spring or an amazing winter of the post halving year, right? So, but I see what you're saying. But Shizzy, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. So right now we have a lot of uncertainty here in the U.S. You know, with everything that's going to happen November 5th. Being someone not in the U.S., being someone from overseas, do you see that as being a bigger issue than we think it is? Because we think it's huge, right? We think it's good.
Right.
If it goes one way or the other, it's going to be absolutely huge for crypto, or it's going to be absolute worse. I mean, Gary Gensler came out today and sued Crypto.com again. Right. You know what I mean? This is like it's the same thing over and over and over. And I feel like if the election goes one way, then we're going to keep seeing that. It goes the other way, we're going to stop seeing that. From somebody overseas, do you see that as an issue, or do you see that as maybe something that doesn't even matter?
I think it matters more than most countries. Like for example, whoever gets elected in the UK, I pretty much am of the point of view that it really doesn't affect crypto, even in the slightest, was kind of a minor economy. But I would say that, like, you know, what is essentially happening in the world superpowers and like the EU in general, the US and China, like it does impact the market, especially the US. You know, I would say that who gets elected certainly in the short term will make a difference. But I think potentially it would be better for the markets if Trump was in power, if I'm being honest. But like that's just from what I've seen from both parties. But it probably doesn't matter that much in terms of who gets in power. It just turns like what policies end up going. I think the course that the Fed are on at the moment is kind of sane. I think they've done a pretty good job so far, and as much as I don't think that is true of the SEC. So I would say that there's probably a mixed bag either way, but I would like to see some changes in the SEC, and I think Trump would potentially be a better candidate to bring that about. But I think it's not like party's cancelled if Kamala gets in. I think potentially people might sell the news, and it might be a bit bloody in the short term potentially. But I think there's going to be a lot of noise in the short term, no matter who gets in. Right? There's going to be some trickery on the markets, as there always is, but. I would say that it potentially will make a big difference, but I wouldn't bet. I would see it as like maybe a short-term factor rather than a long-term factor. Hopefully,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, let's just say somewhere like Germany, where Track and Tap is founded. They actually have regulation there. Something like Track couldn't exist over here because it would be dissolved very quickly. You know what I mean?
Sure,
It would get sued and stuff like that. We have no proper regulation over here whatsoever, and I think that is why meme coins are so big right now, because you can't sue a meme coin. Right, you have no, if you create a meme coin, you're gonna say, "Hey, this is the one thing that goes against the security aspect of where the Howey test, I guess you would say." So, do you think that's a factor of actually getting real regulation, and do you think that regulation would kind of follow in Europe as well if we get it here?
Well, I mean, these things move kind of slow, right? But I would hope so. I think regulation is good for builders, and I think you really hit a nail on the head with the memes, because as much as most people think memes are a bit of fun, you've got to remember that often in a lot of cases, not saying any names in particular, there's still big shadowy people behind them with the majority of the supply distributed over amongst, lots of wallets, making serious bucks out of it and not being accountable to anyone, right? So those are not good things, but I see why it happened, right? Like I think, as you say, it's very difficult for legitimate businesses to set up and do things right in crypto. And so a lot of people just went, well, let's just do memes then, right? I don't like trading memes particularly because I just see them as a bit too unknowable and volatile. And maybe you can make some good money every now and again, but it's just a bit, for me, I think that for every meme that takes off and does well, there's 100 that do nothing. And you only hear about the ones that do well, right? So there's a lot of positive, like a what do you call it, confirmation bias. So I mean, I hope certainly that regulations clear up and become a bit more friendly, but that, as you say, that's going to depend from country to country. And obviously a lot of the larger cryptos have really tried to exit America over the last 5 years, really, haven't they? So I mean, if they made a move towards helping and being regulated in a sensible way, then I think that a lot of these cryptos would potentially want to set up in the US, which would certainly bring a lot of money into crypto, right? And that would be great. It would be great. So I would say, looking at it from that point of view, we're almost at the rock bottom in terms of how bad things could be regulation-wise in America. So any positive change is potentially going to be good. They've got a very low barrier potentially to improve things.
It's not just crypto companies, right? It's the Web2 companies that potentially maybe want to use blockchain, want to start their own blockchain. Someone like Rockstar creating Grand Theft Auto could now potentially put in-game currency in there tradable on Coinbase. Like that type of stuff is not happening because there's no proper regulation.
Well, I think you kind of put out there a statement that kind of goes towards the point that I made in a previous argument with you, that crypto as an industry will still move forward, because you said in Germany they have regulations and Tap and Track, they do whatever. And so that's going to continue. I mean, look at Sony. They're about to launched Sonium, and they don't give a shit about like what the U.S. SEC is saying to them because they're headquartered out of Japan, right? And so this is going to continually move forward in terms of large companies. That's a huge corporation, by the way, right? Obviously,
but
in Sony.
it's a blockchain. It's different. Like Coinbase has a blockchain. Like blockchains are different.
But the statement that you just made is that big companies want to have their own blockchain or have data on blockchains, but they won't do it because the SEC. Well, Sony does it. They don't care.
No, blockchains are decentralized. They're not securities. Just like Ethereum. Ethereum's not a security. So that's what I'm saying. But building on the blockchain is security.
Yeah, but I mean, like the SEC has came after blockchains before. The SEC is, yes, they have. They have come after blockchains before. They came after Algorand. Yeah. They came after actually Solana at one point.
They all had pre-sales though. They all had pre-sales. That's the problem.
But my point is my point. You know, I mean that these companies are still going to do and move forward and stuff. You know, so like yes, it sucks. It might slow down the world's largest financial market involvement with crypto, but the rest of the world says we don't give a crap. United States, we're going to
I think that a lot of the innovation will come from the ground up, right? Like absolutely, like I would say that you're right, but when you're talking about multinationals, they would prefer to be able to do this business everywhere, and I think just having large markets that are like taking themselves out of the game is I mean, yeah, like in Ripple's case, I mean, they would have preferred to stay in America, have their head office in America, do a lot of business in America. They weren't really able to do that. And I think that, having stifling regulation just slows down progress, but there'll always be someone smaller in a different country that is willing to take over the work. It's just as soon as it starts, things get fuzzy as soon as you start doing business in international jurisdiction. Obviously, we hope it's all decentralized and no one is really, things are actually decentralized, but countries can get a bit funny, like if America decided that they were going to ban all blockchains, then suddenly it becomes a real problem. It becomes a real problem for everyone. So it's the
problem isn't the blockchains, there's no dApps. There's a million blockchains. There's there's seriously a new blockchain every freaking week. There's no dApps. There's no dApps at all. The dApps that we have are the same old copy and paste shit, but no one wants to put anything out because they go to jail if they put something out that someone in South Korea or North Korea uses the wrong way. And that's the problem. And there's no regulation for that. It's not about the blockchains. It's really about there's no dApps.
But people are still building though. You know what I'm saying? People are still building. Like regardless, and they will continually build because that's how human nature is. Innovators. If you tell a person that has just a strong knack for innovation that they can't do something, they're gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the problem is though is like there is people building. There's probably millions of stuff that's built, but they're afraid to put it out because they can go to jail for putting it out.
I mean,
if they get caught, if their IDP address gets put in, they can go to jail because someone in North Korea used it in the wrong way.
But there are still people putting it out though. Like, I mean, look at the Bitcoin ecosystem.
There's no dApps. There's no dApps. There's no applications.
But there's builders still building is my point, right?
I would say that you've both got like a really good point, but it's like I think weirdly you're both right. It's a barrier of entry issue, right? Like there's certain people that are going to do it no matter what, right? Like we've got the Julian Assanges and the people like that. They're going to do it no matter the consequences. But I think for like some people that are a bit more conservative or like they want to be on the right side of things. Like you've got to do things right a lot of times. So yes, progress will slowly march forward no matter what, but we really want to make it easier for these people, right? We need to lower the barriers of entry, and having countries like the US really like make their regulations a little bit more watertight, let's say, and like user friendly would be a major step for everyone. If they don't do it, then people will get by, of course, but it really does, it does hamper innovation. And I'm obviously pro innovation. So it's, you've both got a good point. But we still need to see things a bit more clarity, Yeah.
So, someone like Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk, so they're not going to take the risk of putting out something, right? They're just going to keep it until there's proper regulation. And that's kind of my point. The rich people who don't want to go to jail, they could build. I mean, they have the money, they have every opportunity to build something for blockchain, but they just won't because they can get put in jail if someone from a different country uses it in the wrong way.
Yeah, but I'm happy because that gives small grassroots builders a chance to become big and stuff like that. But we've held you up long enough, Tom. We appreciate you jumping in. Any last words or anything for the audience about Tap and what's the?
I mean, I would say that like over the next few days, I'm sure that there'll be plenty of images, like updates from the Bitcoin Amsterdam, and yeah, just stay tuned. Obviously, 21st, you know. So
yes. Is that on a Tuesday? I hope it is. No, I'm just kidding.
Tap Tuesday, baby.
Well, I think I'm coming back to the UK on next Monday, so I should be around for next Tuesday to give any updates that have happened. And yeah, so yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for having me, as always.
Yep. Enjoy your time.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah, we got one builder left, guys. Like we said, most of them are in Amsterdam. So let's go ahead and bring Universe up to the stage. Hey, Universe, how are you?
Hey, how are you since last week? All good?
Good, man.
As I have shown you before, we have released our final version of the block pad for the DMT and UNATs. I sent you the link there if you can show to the public there in the group.
Yeah, pop it in now. Is the private link?
No, I think he
no, it's a public one.
Oh,
it's
Telegram.
Gotcha.
Do you have it there, Yago?
Well, yeah, I'm bringing it up.
Okay. All right, cool. Yep.
Do. So are you talking about the X link?
No,
I see it. Okay, yeah.
It's on the Top Tuesdays Telegram.
Yep, I see it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share that. All right. So
this is pretty much like mScribe. You just go to the mint page if you want to mint on the block pads. If you click mint there, on the section, and then we have deployed the test token. It's called iBear. Yeah, and then you click open block pads. Yeah.
Whoa! So I thought you weren't. I thought you weren't going to take this go this route.
Yeah, it's the final version. It's exactly the same as mScribe. The only difference is that it's only like a PvP experience, but it's exactly the same. The interface. It has the elements, the progress. It prevents front running. You can like mint a random block if you want. You can search for a specific block. You can actually do like pretty much everything, and it's now everything is completely decentralized and permissionless. So anybody can go there, jump there, and create their own, DMT and UNAT collections or projects. If you go back to the section where we have the mint, try to mint like a random one. Yeah, no, not mint it. It's okay, but.
So did I just mint one?
No, it didn't connect to the wallet. There's something.
Oh, it's in there. Okay, so what do I click mint?
Yeah, it should open the
I don't know if I'm not whitelisted.
Then maybe there's a whitelist or something.
Okay, so what did you want me to go back to?
Yeah, it's just to show like how everyone can deploy their own tokens. So the first thing is the first menu is the privilege authorization. The first step. It's on the left. It's the first step. Yeah, that one. So first things first, you go there and you just choose a ticker at your choice, and then you create like an authorization.
Okay.
Then. You don't need to do it. It's okay. Just to show the people like the steps. First, after this authorization is created, you just tap it by sending it back to yourself. So you just send it back to your own wallet, to your own address, and then you activate the authorization. Then after it's authorized, you go to the deploy to the next section. Yeah, you put the ticker there. For example, I've been using. I have been using like test 0, for example. If you type test 0, you get like a pink check mark. It means that there is an authorization for this sticker. It's valid. Then you put the authorization, the ID from the authorization that you created on the first step. Then it's the element ID. You can get that element from other deploys that exist already, or you can go to mscribe and search for the IDs that exist.
Oh, so the element ID, for example, like how they did like a whitelist for the crowns, you could use the crowns element ID here, and it would.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's the second one. Sorry, you're right. It's the first one. Yeah, that's the first one. And then the second one is the authorization ID that you already inscribed.
Created. Okay, got it.
Then you choose the data type, hex or numerical. This is like standard, like any other DMT deploy. Then you choose the receiver address, can be any address, any taproot address, or any other address, and it doesn't need to be a taproot one. Then you choose the mint price in sats, like 5,000 or something. The limit per wallet, the amount of mints that a wallet can mint on this phase. Yeah, for example, then you set the password, and then boom, you get like an instant link to an admin area where you can edit the whitelist. You can edit passwords, your mint price phase whitelist. You can edit many other things, limits per wallet, like everything that you see there, you can actually edit. So it's completely manageable. Yeah, I think I can get you a link for the test zero admin area. Give me a second, I'll send it to you. Yeah, it's here.
Okay.
And I'll give you the password as well.
Well, I don't know how much Bitcoin I have in this wallet. I think I have a little bit. I think I have enough. Okay.
I posted the link there on the just to access the admin area. It's on the Telegram group. Yeah. Then you just put the password. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yeah, you log in.
It's asking me new. Oh, okay.
That's the admin area already. So you can edit like the payment receiver address, the mint price in sats, the limit per wallet, the mint status. You can close your mint at any time. You can just turn it off if you want to. If you want the face to stop, you just turn it off. If you want the face to start, you just turn it on. Then you have the button on the left. It's the whitelist addresses. You just post all the addresses.
Right here?
Comma. Yeah, right there. Just use a comma between the addresses, and that's it. If there is any addresses that are already there, when you click refresh, it gets all the addresses that are already on the whitelist, so you can edit them. So
gotcha.
It's very easy, actually.
So what about like the block data that I want to use for the mint? Is that the numerical and hex part?
Yeah, that's part of the element ID.
Okay,
for example,
gotcha.
It's the pattern ID. So it depends on the pattern. If the pattern is in numerical, if it's hexadecimal, you choose the one that you want to use. Yeah,
and I can get that element ID from the that website. What is it called? Blockspace?
I don't know. I know that you can get it from mscribe as well on the elements list, or you can get it from other deploys as well.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well,
yeah, man. That's our last. Yeah, we are right now implementing as well an airdrop feature, so anybody can do their airdrops. You just put the token ID, the amount per airdrop, and that's it. You can instantly. And we have added as well a feature that removes all the addresses that are invalid from the list. You have like a bunch of addresses, and you just click remove invalid addresses. It gets like the wrong addresses out of the list. And then you just click airdrop, and it goes automatically. It creates the token SYN inscription according to the TAP protocol specs, and it's atomical, so everything is valid and to be airdropped to everybody, like in just seconds.
Wow. I mean, like, so mscribe, you got some competition.
Competition is good though, right? Competition leads to innovation, right? So 100%. More and more of it. So this is actually good for the ecosystem.
I just wanted to make it's available for everyone, because mscribe is a great thing, but they are a bit centralized, because if you are a creator, you have to talk to them, ask permission to launch the project with them, talk to them, negotiate with them. I don't know. And here you can just jump here, and you have the full block pair experience, totally permissionless and decentralized, so anybody can do that at any time. And you have like a specific link to share for the mints as well, so you can just share that link, and any person can get like instant access to the block pad and start to mint it. And it prevents front running, like all the features that are inherent to the to this spec from top. It's all there. So yeah,
It's amazing. Yeah. Man, you're always come out with something. I feel like every week, man, you have something new to show us. It's phenomenal. It really
we try. We are building in many other protocols as well. But at Tap Tuesdays, before we start to build on Saturday or Sunday during the weekend, we start to build something specific for CAP just to show here on the show.
So all the indexing for DMT and everything is set up with this, right?
Yeah. It's instantly set up. We have all the index for DMT, UNATs. Top as well, it's all there. If you want to get like the element from any of the to copy the element to use here when you deploy, you can just go to the tapwallet.io, go to the DMT index that we have, and choose like any ticker and click like the deployment ID, and you can get the element ID from there. Just copy and that's it. And you can see that if it's using hexadecimal or numerical, you just
where would I go?
And index. Then you go to DMT. There you have like the latest one. For example, Tommy on his video, he used that DMT Kazooie. Some people have been deploying other tokens. It's not connected to us at all. We have no connection to these tokens that have been deployed like lately. No, you have to go back. Then you click on the deployment ID. Anywhere. Yeah, for example, there. There you have, if you zoom in, you have the element that has been used, and you have the data type. In this case, it was numerical, so you can just copy directly from there, the element ID and the data type as well. And that's it. Just copy, deploy, and there you have like a complete block pad experience, like for everybody.
Dude, did you see the freaking indexing page? Tap, DMT, UNET, SRC stamps, Cat 20.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, I remember you guys were doing this. Yeah.
Yeah, we are doing
here.
Yeah, we are doing a mint platform as well, but it's a bit more complicated than we thought about.
I mean, you got
we are doing it.
LRC 20. I mean, are you guys like? Are y'all trying to compete with Track? Like, what's going on?
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Hey, look, this is. I mean, I think it's awesome for the space. I mean, look, like, the more tools, the better. So maybe me and Shizzy mess around and we try to deploy something, a DMT thing, just to test out the launch pad, because this is really, really cool, man. Awesome. So no Amsterdam for you, huh? You guys are just gonna stay work.
It made me busy, and I have flights during this period. So initially I thought I was going, but then they changed my schedule, so I couldn't go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. Shizzy, you got any
questions? Thank you very much for the invitation again.
Yeah, I mean, it looks looks great, right? Like the UI looks good. It actually, I love the MScrap stuff, but yours just seems to flow a lot easier. I think when I'm on block runners, it kind of freezes up, has a lot of like glitches and stuff like that. Yours is kind of very ease of use. How do you guys go about doing that? It's just a way of just making it simple.
Yeah, our main goal is to have like a very simple platform, easy to manage, and with free flow, without like any interruptions. Like you just click it, mint it, and that's it. That's the simplicity. Is like our main target, and user interface for the users. By the way, we have been like doing a lot of airdrops as well, because swaps are coming out to Tap, as you know, and the bridge to link to Ethereum as well. And then another couple of things. So we're just like dropping like lots of tokens, for people to play around with them in the when these features come out. So just to have some fun with it.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Yeah, man.
Awesome. Well, Universe, thank you so much. You guys are constantly updating. We'll get ready for another probably 2-3 updates for next Tuesday.
Yeah, of course, during the weekend we'll be moving.
Awesome. All right, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you. See you.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Move him down. All right, guys. Another very successful Tap Tuesday. I love Tom, but he gave us nothing. There's no. I mean, he kind of, he gave us the everything will be revealed in time aspect, which is kind of tracks thing right now. But who knows what's going to happen next week, right?
Yep. And I don't know. Did you still get do you need to get the will together? Because I was going to go over some questions while you're doing that. Okay, cool.
I think I have all the names, guys. Let me show the wheel real quick. If you're not on here, let me know. I went through it a few times. So am I freezing up?
No.
All right, hold on. This is not going. There we go. Share. All right, take a look at this, guys. If you're not on here, let me know. I'm pretty sure I got everyone. I have to do it manually, so I did have to do it one by one, but it wasn't that bad. But let me know if you guys do not see your name, and please make sure your name's on there. Elias. Yeah, I don't see Elias. Let me add you. Good call, Elias and Pelpa. But yeah, let's go over some questions, and guys, keep putting your stuff in. And then, Well,
let's. Okay, so we're gonna let them see it right now, and then we'll give you guys like 2 minutes because we need to kind of get to these questions, and then, spin the wheel.
Pop this off before someone sees themselves winning, and it not.
Oh shit! Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right. So let's go through some of these questions. The first question is from Nighthawk UXL. He says, "Are you guys minting Taproot puppets?" I'm not, but I'm not even sure what Taproot puppets are. But I'll check them out. But we're not minting them right now. Thanks for the question there. And then Alpha Gamer says, "What's the update on Domo Ducks and Glizzy though?"
Glizzy is running for president now. It's going to be in the top 3 in the United States. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. They're just meme coins, guys. It's just fun hot dog memes. But yeah, I'm very bullish on Glizzy. It does seem like a lot of the Chinese participants kind of edged out a little bit, but it does look like they're coming back in, especially on the OKX side.
Yeah. Glizzy does have a big community, so I'm just really waiting for Bitcoin to do its thing for that to really pop off. Domo Ducks, I'm not so sure. I think they're one of the higher floors, right, over there.
Yeah, Francis scared me out of the inscriptions over there with Cat 721s potentially next week. We were talking kind of off camera, and he was just kind of saying how like he doesn't see how the inscriptions can keep up with Cat 721s. I originally thought that you could put a inscription into the UTXO, but there's really no point in doing that because you could just put the JPEG in by itself, right? So you don't really need to inscribe it.
Gotcha. All right, good question there, Alpha Gamer. Crypto Man says, "Where can we stake Merlin tokens?" So there's a couple different places that you guys can stake that. You can stake them on Avalon's website. You can, in my opinion, I think bitmap.game is probably one of the best places to stake them because you'll earn the bitmap token, which, that Merlin ecosystem is really big on that, because it's literally backed by bitmaps. So those are 2 places that you can stake it. I think you might be able to stake it on Verothium DEX as well. Well, you can create a liquidity pool and earn the Verothium gas token. So those are 3 places. Hopefully that helps you, Crypto Man. Not financial advice, of course, when it comes to staking. Let's see here. A lot of BitPerp.
Yeah, I sure said the ads on the wheel are irritating. Yeah, you got to exit out them. But my bad. They come back. That's the problem. But yeah.
Yeah, Mike's World says, "Anyone know tokenomics for the ZAR token?" I know the total supply. That's not the tokenomics though. So there's 1 billion, and they're doing a crazy type of giveaway. We actually need to do our giveaway with them in collaboration very, very soon. Plus, they're doing stuff with if you hold the OrdZar disc ordinal, you get, I believe you get some airdrops, and they're doing stuff with their social fi. It's zar.superfi.gg, so where you can earn airdrops. So there's obviously a certain amount that's allocated for airdrops, but I don't know the exact tokenomics. I'll try to get that. Maybe we'll go over that in our members video this week because we got to actually schedule that. Nighthawk UXL says, "What's Tap Zero?" So Tap Zero is Universe's token that they launched, and it allow you to have 0 fees on their platform doing anything. So that is what that is. You can actually purchase it on secondary over there. So here's that. And I think that is it. You ready to spin that wheel?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It's definitely
right,
slowing
guys.
down my computer. So let's. I got rid of the ads for Yasher, and I decorated it with some BitPerp gear. So what you guys are winning on this is you're winning 5. We're gonna spin the wheel 5 times. And then I'll just message them to you as I get the winner. So.
Or I can message them to you, actually. I'll have that ready.
Yeah, that works. All right, cool. And then once we pick them, guys, I'm just going to reach out to you guys. And I'm going to need you to put your Twitter handle in here, and I'll reach out and get your
Is Gallery on there? Bitmap Gallery? I think he's on there, right? Let's just real quick run through this. This is the last one, though.
I'm pretty sure. If you commented earlier, I thought I got you.
I don't see him in there.
I don't see it. Oh, I do, though.
Yeah, it's the last one. All right, guys, that's it. It's closed. Bitmap Gallery. It's because you show up every single day.
Yeah. All right, you should be on there now.
Wait. Yasher's on there. Because Yasher has to be. He's a mod.
I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah, I have you in here as Yasher.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, cool.
I think everyone else.
All right, we're running it. All right,
for the first winner. Anyone but John.
Lucky Lukey.
Oh, Lukey.
Hold on.
Congratulations.
Keep that up. Don't
yep.
Put it down yet. Lucky Lukey.
Make the best DGen win. Yes. Shout out to Nighthawk. Good comment.
Okay. All right. 4 more, guys. Good luck.
Spin that
wheel.
It's the same exact spot. Danny got screwed twice.
TJNZ. All right, 3 more.
Got it. All right, 3 more. Let's go.
Ordinal tweets.
I love how they're next to each other. That's funny.
We got 566 people watching live. We appreciate all of you guys watching. Let's get this for the next one here. Good luck.
2 more. And what you guys are winning, you're winning Crypto Khalifa.
That's as close as you can get.
I know.
I didn't want to say anything on that one. Wait.
I almost did like 3 times. I was like, no, just wait. This is my first wheel spin. But you guys are winning VIP passes to BitPerp, just so you guys know. All right. The last one, right?
Yep, last one.
Last one. Final. But guys, do not worry. We will have more tomorrow as well. Maybe we'll do this again if this was a success. No John. No John.
My God. John for the win. Dude, John is going to take everything from you, bro. Congrats, John.
And that is the winners, guys. I'm gonna this thing, the wheel of names, makes my computer run so slow. I don't know what the hell it's doing in the background, but
awesome. Congrats to all you guys. Oh
so
man.
If you do win and I don't reach out to you, reach out to me, because sometimes your YouTube handles won't be the same as your Twitter. So so just if reach out to me if you won. So
I think we'll post them too, maybe like on the
we're gonna post them on YouTube.
The winner,
and then we'll post them on Twitter, and that way you guys know. We'll do that tonight, and then you guys will know. But guys, I think that's the show.
Yeah, that is the show, and we appreciate all 567 people watching live. It was a great Tap Tuesday. It wasn't as in depth because the builders are traveling, but we had a great breakdown from Tom and Universe. So we appreciate the 2 speakers there. If you guys do have a moment, check out our partners, please. BitPerp is a perpetual leverage DEX. We were just doing the giveaway for them. They have the paper trading competition that's going to be here in about 6 days, I would say. It's going to be very, very fun. There's a cash prize, and when I say cash, USDT, and it could actually get even bigger than what it initially is. I'm not going to say the amount yet because that's, it could be bigger. So anyhow, be ready for that. We're going to be participating, Shizzy and I. They are going to be launching their mainnet on a Bitcoin layer 2, and they're going to be on multiple chains, guys. So be ready for them. They're going to be giving you leverage on some degen stuff. So it's going to be very, very fun. And then Ordinal Hive, guys, they just released their version of their Ordinal marketplace aggregator. It's on Bitcoin layer 1. You got Fonzie and McDirt, great leadership over there. They have their Merlin chain scaled version of their platform as well. You can go to beta.ordinalhive.io. You can play on either or layer 1 or Merlin chain, and you can earn points. They're going to be doing collaborations with Unicross on Merlin chain, so you can have a multiplier and earn some extra points there. So check them out. And then Fluid Tokens, guys, they released their staking on Bitcoin layer 1. They are adding TVL that you guys can all participate in. So if you are a founder and you want your community to be able to stake their ordinals or assets, Bitcoin layer 1 assets, reach out to Raul, which is the CTO of the team, or reach out to us. We'll get you connected. Check out Fluid Tokens staking platform, guys. Very, very exciting stuff there. You can earn with staking your ordinals. Also, they have a runes swap that they split the runes for you to make it seamless. So check out their rune swap as well. Foxy is a tap ecosystem Bitverse builder. So they're building like a metaverse in their Foxy ecosystem. But the Clan Wars is something that's really, really hype. We actually had a meeting earlier. I don't want to say the name of who, of a bitmap type project that's going to be collaborating with them. There's going to be like all these custom assets, guys. So be ready. We have our stuff that we're going to be collaborating with them, exclusive stuff for our YouTube subscribers, paying subscribers, members, and the Ordinal Revolution passes. So if you don't have those and you want the exclusive, weapon asset that we're going to have, then go and get those. And then we'll have the regular one for secondary market or for launch to the public as well. And then, Merlin chain, guys, if you are a builder or even just a user that wants to, use flexible Bitcoin layer 1 assets, you can do that on Merlin chain with using Merlin Swap or Verotium DEX. You can swap on those. If you are a builder on Bitcoin layer 1 and you want to scale your protocol like Ordinal Hive did, you can reach out to their teams. They have amazing grants for builders that actually want to build over there and make the Bitcoin ecosystem more robust. So thank you for checking out our partners. We appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Hell yeah, guys. And check out ordinalrevolution.com. Guys, we have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone new entering the space, send them our website. I feel like it can really help them. They can go through here and get all the Bitcoin news and everything, even stuff that's been so old now, like Sora. Remember this? So that's crazy. We have articles on here all the way from last year. So please check that out. Even if maybe you're just newer, maybe you're from like February. We have stuff from last year on there. It really get caught up and make sure that you are in the know. And Bitcoin Amsterdam is in 2 days. If you are out there and you don't have tickets, sign up to our link, guys. It'll get a lot cheaper than just going there yourself. NordVPN, if you guys are looking for a VPN, some airdrops and stuff like that won't let you claim if you're in a certain area in the world, but the NordVPN will help you, and it is legal. There's no reason to fear in that. We have privacy. We're allowed privacy. So check that out. And if you guys go into Bitcoin Las Vegas in May, we will both be there. Check this out here. We have tickets, and guys, don't wait for next year. They go up in prices every single Friday, so check out the prices now, and then you guys can see in 6 weeks how much cheaper you got them for. So definitely check that out. And if you're interested in merch, we have some of the best merch. I personally just ordered a bunch of stuff from our merch store at full price. So check out this. I got some Ordinal Revolution t-shirts and stuff like that are going to be coming today, it says. So I'm looking forward to that. So check out all the merch. And if there's something you guys want us to add, let us know. We will add that for you. It's all done through a third party. We don't see your address. We don't see your name, nothing like that. They take care of everything. We give them the designs, and we make a few bucks on it. So definitely check that out as well. Kai Effect said he doesn't see his name. Kai, I made sure your name was on there, buddy. I promise. But I will double check. And if not, then I will throw you something. But let me see. Yeah, dude, Yep. Let me show my screen. You're right there. You're floating around there. You're dead in the middle. Kai Effect, right between Mike's World and Alpha Gamer. So you're definitely on there, buddy.
And you'll have another chance to win too, guys. So don't worry. We have now 15 more passes to give out before the the paper trading competition goes live next week. So get hype about BitPerp because we are. But anyways, I think that's the show, right?
That's a show. I'll see you guys. Yeah, so we're live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. And on that note, we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro? Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.